Okay, today we're going to talk about something called compound probability. So far we've only been dealing with what happens if I pull one marble out of the bag and put it back. But we can also find the probability of things if I'm pulling two marbles out, or I have to choose from two different items. What are the chances that I choose certain things? So compound probability is a combination of two or more simple events. So like you're choosing flavors of ice cream and toppings at an ice cream store. Okay, so we're gonna use something called an area model, and that's what this thing is down here. So first you're gonna draw a square, okay, and you list all possible outcomes for event 1 on one side and list possible outcomes for the second event on the other side. Okay, and then on the inside of the squares, like here, here, and here, you're going to list the combination of events that could happen. So, this example. One cup has a red, pink, and yellow starburst in it. So this is our first cup, and I listed the red, the pink, and the yellow. Okay, so I drew a square. I put the outcomes on the one side. Okay. Then the second cup, so cup 2, goes this way, has red, orange, pink, and yellow starburst in it. So then I just listed those. So now we're going to go through and we are going to list all the different combinations. Okay. So from cup 1, in this first square, I can have a red, and then from cup 2, I can have a red. Okay, in this square below it, I can have a pink, and then choosing from cup 2, I can have a red. Oh, I don't know that I'm going to be able to get a yellow that you can see. We'll do this weird yellow. Okay, from cup 1, I can have a yellow first, and then I can choose a red from cup 2 for that combination. Okay, let's move to the next one. So in this square, from cup 1, I can have a red. And then from cup 2, I get an orange. Okay, always list left and then top to bottom. Okay, from option 1, I can have a pink, and then an orange, and then yellow and orange. Okay, next list here, I can have a red, and then a pink. I can have 2 pinks, or I can have yellow and pink. And finally this guy. From cup 1 I have red, from cup 2 I have yellow. From cup 1 I have pink, from cup 2 I have yellow. And then from cup 1 I have yellow, and from cup 2 I have yellow. So now we can answer some questions about that and find the probability of things happening. So how many possible outcomes are there? I'm going to count the number of squares. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so the number of squares that are filled in is how many possibilities there are. So there's 12 outcomes. Okay, what is the probability you'll pick red, then orange? Well, probability of red, orange, you're going to see how many squares has that. Well, that's right here. There's 1 red, orange out of 12 possibilities. Okay, What's the probability of any red? So I just have to have at least one red. Well, we know that's going to be out of 12. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight those. Okay, this one has a red. This one has a red. This one has red. This one, this one, this one. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 12 have red, or 1/2 of them have red. Okay. Example 2, you're playing a game where you flip a coin and then roll a 6-sided die. Draw an area model to show the possible outcomes. Well, the options when you flip a coin, which is your first thing you're doing, are heads, then tails, and the possibilities when you roll a die are the numbers 1 through 6. So I'm listing those on the other side. Okay, so let's fill in the possibilities. Here I can flip a heads and then roll a 1. Heads and roll a 2. Heads and 3. Heads 4. Heads 5. Heads 6. Okay, and on the bottom row I get tails and then my numbers. So tails 2. Tails 3. Tails 4. Tails 5. Then tails 6. Okay, so how many outcomes is the number of boxes? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 still. There's 12 possible outcomes. Then what's the probability that you will flip tails and roll an odd number? Well, let's go to the row that's tails and see where the odd numbers are. 1, 3, and 5. Okay, I colored in 3. So probability of tails odd is 3 out of 12. And I have to reduce it, which gives me 1/4. Okay, what is the probability that you will land on heads and then roll a 1? So probability of heads 1. Let's find the boxes that have that. Just this guy right here in orange. There's 1 of those out of 12. Okay, that is it. So now we're going to do an activity where you're going to practice drawing them on your own. Okay, so you have to draw the boxes and make it on your own.